five-point plan, including weed and money, is how Kamala thinks she's going to win over the black voters that she's losing. But they're smarter than she thinks they are.
What would you say to the people that would consider the timing of this proposal as political timing?
So first of all, thank you for your question and for being here. I've been in this race about 70 days. You can look at all my work before those 70 days to know that what I'm talking about right now is not new and is not for the sake of winning this election.
Oh, okay. Now, many years ago, when I clerked for Justice Clarence Thomas, I learned that there is nothing that bothers liberals, I mean really bothers them more than minorities who think for themselves. And that means right now they are spinning over new data coming out about black views on Trump versus Harris.
The bottom line is this. At this particular hour, if you believe the polling, Donald Trump's going to put up the best performance with black voters since Richard Nixon back in 1960. Not 68, since 1960. That's 64 years ago.
Now, he still only gets, what, 15% or so, the black vote, according to the New York Times poll. But that's a 67% improving of the support he got in 2020. And it's double what he got in 2016. That's called progress. But rather than try to figure out what Trump is saying, what he did previously that resonates, Kamala Harris recites lines written for her by her consultants. Nothing substantive, just trash talk.
Look at it in the context of how he actually thinks and talks about black folks in America. This man is dangerous. Not to mention, Roland, let's fast forward to right now. His staff won't let him do a 60 Minutes interview.
Now, hold the laughter. This from a woman who hid for most of the campaign and still hasn't held a press conference. Nice try. Now, according to Fox News Power Rankings, Kamala's decline among men, Hispanics, and black voters especially could be decisive factors in states like Pennsylvania and Arizona. Now, that's why Obama embarrassed himself last week lecturing black men. That's still my favorite thing of all last week. About how if they don't vote for Kamala, they'll be considered essentially just a bunch of idiot sexists. Well, that backfired big time. He also threatened to bring Michelle to lecture them. So how does Kamala win back black men? Now, with a serious plan, I imagine, to ditch Bidenomics and grow the economy so black men have the jobs that they deserve, or perhaps with a pledge to seal the border once and for all. No, of course not. Instead, she's dangling goodies that she knows she can never deliver on. She went on with Charlemagne the God this afternoon.
I do have clear eyes about the disparities that exist and the context in which they exist, meaning history. On the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question about that.
But wait, there's more. She says she's going to fight for 1 million forgivable loans to black entrepreneurs. Now, aside from the fact that that's totally unconstitutional, of course, that's never stopped them before. And if none of that works, she hopes that they're going to feel better about the crappy economy and dangerous streets if they at least know they can smoke weed and not be thrown in federal prison.
What public defenders who are around those days will tell you, I was the most progressive prosecutor in California on marijuana cases. And as vice president, have been a champion for bringing marijuana down on the schedule. So instead of it being ranked up there with heroin, we bring it down. And my pledge is, as president, I will work on decriminalizing it because I know exactly how those laws have been used to disproportionately impact certain populations and specifically black men.
Well, didn't she already do that when she was a prosecutor? Did she already throw a bunch of people in jail for weed? Well, she also added on her campaign website the typical gibberish about equity and price gouging on food and groceries. Yeah, that's the same recycled proposal that has been roundly ridiculed, even by Democrat economists. So this all smacks of unseriousness and, frankly, desperation. Now, Obama, again, acted like black men were misogynists for not supporting Kamala. And now Kamala is treating black men like they're too stupid to recognize a con artist when they see one.